Hello, how's everybody doing? I know it's been a long time, I'm so sorry. Lots of changes, but I thought before the boys get home and into playing games, I would try and get a video done. Of course, I only just turned on the lights, so now everybody's lazy. Not sure what I was thinking. And sorry, that's Jacksepticeye in the background. I probably should have turned that off. Hello, fisties. So again, it's hard to tell from this angle, but the big guys, the commons, are about 8 inches long, about 3 inches around, and the fantails are not that much smaller, really, if you think about it. There's Ghost over there, by far the biggest fantail. Ghost is gonna move on me. There we go, there's Ghost. Ghost is huge. The other three big guys are our three originals. They were, about that big. They're that big. They fit in a 10-gallon. Not for long, but they fit in a 10-gallon until I could get them the 90-gallon set up. And of course, last year and a half ago, we put them in this tub. Doing great. And sorry for all the fan noise. It's been really hot this year. I do have fans on the axolotl tanks, but they have not been able to keep up. We've been looking for portable air conditioners. Haven't been able to find any. Bad time of year to try to get one. So we've got light blocking curtains, that sort of thing. But so sorry about the fan noise. Can't really turn it off because I'm trying to keep them cool. Of course, water bottles, things like that. So there's a 90-gallon. And I think since my last video, we got more white clouds. And then this past Saturday, we got 10 more white clouds. The gudgeons are doing great. And on Saturday, I also did a thing. And along with the new white clouds, we got 3 little angels. I love that one. Oh, there. You gonna come this way? Show us your eye patch. You actually may be able to see in the reflection he has one panda eye. Pretty cool. So I'm hoping out of the 3, there's 2 right here, the bigger ones somewhere, one of them will turn out to be a male, because Sai has now laid eggs twice, so definitely a female. Oh, here we go. Just a little boy. And again, our tiger barbs are still so chill. You see them hanging out with the gudgeon there. They don't care about the neons. Again, we have about 17 of them, so they just bother themselves. Unfortunately, we still only have 1 female, and the rest are males, but everybody seems to get along. I've only lost 1 or 2 to either getting stuck in the decorations, which now aren't in there, or jumping. But I think I've only lost 1 to jumping, so I can still keep this tank uncovered. I did end up putting AquaClear 110 back on this tank. I did have the 2 sponge filters running for the longest time, but I did find that the cories were kicking up a lot of the mulm in that, even though I was trying to vacuum it up. So the sponge filters were getting clogged every couple days. Every couple days. I think even in my last video, we saw one needed to be done already. So kind of got tired of doing that. So I put the 110 back on, and actually the fish are just loving it. Angels, as you can see, are back up in the corner. They're always swimming in it. And there's the 3rd angel. It's a bit bigger. So they're only in here really until they're bigger and can go with Sai over in the 20. I'm looking for a 40-gallon tall. See if I can find something like that. And make an angel tank. And we do have 2 male bettas in here. Do not try this unless you know what the heck you're doing. Our 2 get along really well. There's one guy with the big red fins. I think his name's going to be Wash. We're sticking with the Firefly theme. And Firefly is somewhere in here. Again, I just turned the lights on, so he's probably hiding. And he really does match the plant, so sometimes he's really hard to find. And we're going to the loud corner. Sorry. But Firefly was in there last night eating. Firefly was originally in the 65 with Jane. but he got a little bit, not bloat, he got fat. He ate a lot of the food as it came out down through the filter flow. Oh, and there goes Wash. So I ended up putting him in here, give him some more room, some more exercise. Again, there was no fighting between the two males in the 65. It wasn't that. It was him just eating too much, because honestly I'd come down in the morning and the two males would be curled up together in the floating plants. Now, of course, 90 gallons got tons of hiding spots. And recently I've really liked the look of blackwater tanks, mainly because of the oxalotls. I had a fungus issue. So I ended up putting almond leaves in, and then I really started liking the color. So I put some in the 65, some obviously in here. I did a water change yesterday, so it's not, the tannins aren't there right now. I'm going to have to put another couple leaves in. But I love it. The Cories love playing in it. The bettas really love going underneath it and hiding. Gudgeons nibble on it. And everybody just seems so much happier. Obviously, neons are more blackwater habitat. Same with the angels. White clouds are more flowing streams, but they seem to enjoy it. Their colors really pop when there's more tannins in the water. And they're natural and really nice. So why not, right? And that used to be netting that I decided to put on the filter. And of course the snails are on there. Oh, there's a big panda. Alright, so that's the 90. Sorry for the wiggliness. I suck as a photographer. And down to the oxalotls. Did some moving around today. Excuse me as I sit. And it is dark in the tank. I'm sorry. So, I decided to do some sizing. And, whoops, and break a light. 1 second. Alright, we're back. So, as I was saying, I decided at least 2 of the juveniles, Nuka and Pluto, were really starting to get too big to be on the one side, to have 4, because Spook upgraded to the 75 as well. So I decided to do some measuring, see how much size difference there was between there's Toothless. Remember when Toothless was itty bitty? And George is over there. So I put them all in a bucket, and their head sizes are very, very similar in size, and they were acting completely fine in the bucket together. So I decided to move the barrier over a little more, and now the 4 are in here. So we've got Toothless, Pluto the Wild, Toothless is a male, Pluto the Wild GFP, then we have Nuka, the GFP Golden Albino, and of course George, who is a Golden Albino, no GFP, and as you can see there's the almond leaves. They have got over their fungus, which is great. I was doing daily water changes, put the leaves in there. It was just, I was sick for a bit, so I just couldn't keep up on the water changes, and I wasn't taking out the pellets as often as I should have, so they got a little bit of fungus, but easily fixed. Well, not easily, I shouldn't be so flippant, but it's fixed now. Then on the other side of the 75, there's Spook, another GFP albino. He grew pretty quick. Ended up being just a bit smaller than the other 3 juveniles, but big enough he could be in with them, or she. And then, hiding, of course, I see a face, but it's really hard to see. There is Zabulba, the GFP male. Alright, see if I can get your face here. Probably not. Oh, I don't want to break the light. There's Zabulba. Zabulba, I'm thinking is actually possibly a male. It's a lot lighter in body weight than Nuka and Pluto. Even though Pluto and Zabulba were the same size when I first got them. And of course Nuka was the littlest, like itty bitty, like itty bitty, extremely itty bitty. Made a hamster tube look like a drain pipe. And Nuka is now in with the big kids. Like, that one grew insane. So I'm wondering if they're girls, because they are bigger, but I could be wrong. They're still not old enough. We know for sure Toothless and George are male and female. George is the male, Toothless, because they're almost 2 years old now. So Toothless would have dropped if she was going to be a male. And there we go. So a little bit of redoing on the 75. Now we'll go do the rest. And this is Potato Chip's home. So named because you can't have just one. There we are. Excuse the mess. I have to do a water change right after this video. So this is Potato Chip's home. Little 10-gallon tank. Are you gonna drop down, buddy? Potato Chip is a little Lucy. A leucistic. Focus. There we go. My Potato Chip. Again, sorry about the mess. I gotta clean this tank. I fed this morning. You coming to say hi? So cute. And again, Potato Chip has grown a lot. During the heat wave last week, had Potato Chip tubbed the whole week because I couldn't keep the temps down, and Spook was in this 10-gallon, and I had it divided so that Potato Chip was on the one side and Spook was on the other, but the fans were only cooling one side of the tank down. Like, I had a thermometer on both sides, and the one side was down to 19 and the other one was at 24. It's like, okay, time to tub. Hello. You're gonna go out of focus if I go too much closer. Yes, you're cute. Hey, buddy. Little silver-eyed Lucy. Possibly some copper in there. You see a copper sheen to the eye. You're cute. So now, he's in there. And like I said, you can't have just one when you get an axolotl. So, Potato Chip. And the 20-gallon tank. Her name used to be Luthien, and then she started laying eggs and beat up her betta buddy, who is Firefly. Or no, sorry, Jane, and now Jane is in the 65-gallon. So the boyfriend has decided this is his fish, and she is now named Psy for Psycho. And the other inhabitant now, which I treated myself to on Saturday, and who is so cool, Senegal. Polypterus senegalis. I hope I said that right. I know 20 gallons is too small. This is temporary, only for a few months till I get the bigger tank. And really, it was going to go in the 90, but I have so many small fish in there. I wasn't going to stay in the 90. I am looking for a big tank. And the goldfish, or sorry, not the goldfish, the angel was the only one big enough to deal with him. And goldfish are too big. He's so friendly though, actually comes out to say hi. Very first night was eating some oxalotl pellets and bloodworms. You are so cool, buddy. And again, yes, I know it's going to get at least a foot, if not more, and I will be getting a bigger tank. Hi, guy. Or another 300-gallon tub for the goldfish, and then he can have their tub, and maybe get another friend. But I saw them at Gardell's in Owen Sound, and for a really good price, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get a centerpiece fish. This is my treat to myself. He's so cool. And obviously once the angelfish are big enough to find a mate for her, he'll be out of there. And, well, we'll be out of there anyway if I get the big tank first. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean to be all, I know what I'm doing, leave me alone. But I did look into them for a long time. I was so excited when I found them at Gardell's. for the price they were. And the owner was super excited too that he was able to talk to somebody that knew them and realized the price for them. They were amazing condition. And he was actually trying to convince me to get I think it was the Erlichii or the other Bashir Bicher. And I kind of went, no. The Senegal is the one I did all the research for. The Senegal is the one I'm staying with. And I've been looking at them for years. Or not years, but at least a year or more. So I do know the requirements. However, last tank. This is my 65. The usual. Shrimp and everything. My pretty Pristellas. I need to get more of them. I found some while I was in Saturday, but was trying to keep the money down. Because I got them. I got 5 more black neons. And, of course, my glow lights hiding back in there. And, yes, that one has a deformed spine. It is okay. And it's hard to see with that light. With the light on. But, this actually has a gorgeous tannin tinge to it. I've got the leaves in there. Oh, there's Jane. The one betta. And the other betta is not named yet. And again, do not try this unless you know what you're doing. They have plenty of space to get away from each other. And in fact, I find them curled up in the ball of plants. They do not bug each other. There was the original 2 in here were Jane and Firefly. They flared for like a minute, and then the male gudgeon was in breeding mood, and he attacked Jane there. And Firefly actually came to Jane's rescue, and after that they were friends. Now Firefly is in the 90 gallon now because he got too fat, and I had him in with the goldfish, but he hid all the time, so I put him in the 90. And this tank's a little low. It's getting a water change tonight. Now, in this cup, we have bettas at work, and my one coworker asked me to see if I could rehabilitate him. He is eating. He's doing okay. I've got him in the cup. Now, he's not stuck in, well, he is stuck in there, but I've got slits all the way through, so the tank water is going through, and you got the flow from the filter here. So it goes straight across right through his cup and around. And he was eating last night. Doing much better, actually, since I brought him home. Yes, hello, gudgeon. There we go. So that's the 65. Shrimp are doing great. Apparently my phone was full. But I love this tank. I really do. And I can't wait to get more Pristillas, more glow lights. Just fill it up. And more red neon. The Pseudomugals, the Pseudomugal luminatus. Going across the middle there. I just love this tank. Love it. Of course, I love the 92. And I'll update everyone. Either I'll get the 115 resealed. I'm too scared to do it by myself. Or I'm going to sell that tank and try to find a good one. Or maybe around Christmas time when there's good sales on. I really actually would rather have a brand new tank. And we'll go from there, because I'm thinking of trying to move everything from the 90, having another tank sit that side. A 125 or a 150 or a 180. A 180 would be awesome. And move all the inhabitants from the 90 gallon into the new tank, and then just have the stack tank for all the axolotls, males and females. And yeah. So that's my ranting. That's my raving. That's my being a bitch. That's my craziness. Those are my fish. And I'm just talking to myself again. Have a good night.